Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this matter with the young boy, young girl who seemingly got sympathy from Nigerians concerning the fact that many people put money together to help him out. And he raises certain questions. And in every conversation, in every situation like this, we like to understand the learnings and how do we interpret the situation so that we can learn from it. And one thing that strikes me is social media journalism. How far does it take us, or is it taking us further down, or is it helping us? Because many people see social media as a tool to actually, not just to socialize, but to engage, to help others. People really need genuine help. You see people, celebrities finding people and posting genuine people who actually need help. And they use that social media to support people, and people come together. But when people become deceptive, when people use that same tool to scam, how do we make sense of it? How do we know better? Because in the past, you know, when you see something in traditional print media, you know it's been verified. If you see something on television, you know it's been, journalists have actually verified it. So you now help, and you know you're helping now. But in situations like this, many people have mastered the art of scamming, such that you can get support, financial support from different people. You can even fake. I've had people come to fake sick. They'll come with a handicap, with their crutches. They'll bandage their leg and say they're coming from the hospital. They need help. We've seen this here, TVC. They'll come to the gates many years ago. They'll come here. They want to all sorts of things. How do we know? How are we able to separate the truth from deception? How do we know people who actually need genuine help? And what can we learn from this to ensure that we are giving help to those who are actually in need of it?
You can't really know. You just do what you want to do as your spirit leads. When you're done, detach from any of this. So initially, my reaction was, even if it's a girl or a boy, it's still disabled, as the cocoa.
Yeah.
When I heard the story further, I felt heartbroken. What I have learned over the years, when I see people who come and emphasize their vulnerability, shout and everything, make it seem like just to get your attention, you offer the help and you see the person tomorrow say, did I shook hand in your pocket? I just told myself, it was meant to be. Just waka, pass, just let it go, move on.
Yeah.
You know?
So for me, maybe I'm getting a better understanding because you said that the mother has also come out to say he's not vulnerable. So this is someone that, yes, he may be disabled, but that does not mean that there's no care at home or that he's not taken care of. He does not need to be on the street and he does not need to ask for money. But, that's it. As you said, Mariam, people will definitely always prey on people's sympathies. Some people, that's how they figured it out. They realize that it's a market. So now, that makes me understand that what he's done is the same as what that mother and children did on the streets. So these are just people they figured out. You see, the easiest way for me to ask for money is to stand, look vulnerable, and then people will give me money. Now to those who give out. What this does is that for some of us, it will just make us so hardened that sometimes even people who really need it, you have become so jaded from all these scammers. You are thinking everyone is a scammer or everyone is trying to scam you. So that's one bad thing that could happen. The second thing that I feel that we could learn is that maybe we should try to channel our resources through, for charity, through proper charity organizations. You represent Doctors Cancer Foundation. I know that you've made videos calling for donations. Yes, people have done, but it would be better if we could get more people to look into organizations like that, where you can actually verify that these people need the money. Yeah. Sometimes, social media is sometimes where you intending to be, cloud chasing, clouds are receiving, here I am the hero, I've played the hero, I've saved somebody, and you too, here I am the victim. So those things, that's what social media gives you, instant fame, instant, So if you honestly, I guess, want to help, we need to do a better job of verifying and going through proper charity.
Right, let me take Olufemi from Maguru. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much, Mariam. This is my
Sorry
first
for keeping
time
you. Go ahead.
Yes, so quickly, I don't think using the word defrauding is the right word. Nima, I think the legal word is misrepresentation, if I'm correct. So the lady has the guy has presented himself to be a different gender for him to be able to sell. He understands the pattern of Nigeria now. It rests on a few minutes of fame, show vulnerability, pretend that you require PT, and then you become something, and then you start to make more money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is a function of the degradation of the system. The system has collapsed in such a way that poverty has made people to even think in ways that are not consistent with regular thinking. I remember this is saying something yesterday, that we are millennials. And millennials some way have failed this current generation that they've studied the past and realized that if I can just pretend to do something else, Tokwe says that men and women get the same genders get the same opportunities. I don't think so. This Eniola studied the system, realized that if I dress up as a girl with my disability and mention my name with 5 minutes of fame, mention my state, etc., I will get some clout. She has done it, and information is coming out to show that she has been helped in the past. What am I trying to say here? Poverty is what drives this generation Z, to do things that are not consistent with normal thinking. And the government and the nation and the previous generation have failed them. So we're going to see more of this. Let me close up saying this. There's a saying that says the end justifies the means. And you're going to see a lot of this happening with this generation. Right. Millennials, interesting. I went with Mr. Brown. The Brown, great, fantastic guy. But if you look at our generation and this generation, there's a complete gap in the way they think, and it's going to continue if we're not changing things in a way.
Thank you very much, Femi. Let me say something about poverty. And, you know, when I hear that, it strikes me in different ways, because this is a man that looks as though he has been through some kind of empowerment. Somebody trained you how to do makeup. It's very possible you attended some kind of governmental or NGO or any. There's so many NGOs right now training young girls on makeup, making all sorts of, giving them all sorts of skills. So you've gotten the skill. But rather than utilize that skill, you're better off going on the street to have that pity party. And so now, is it poverty? Is that a problem? Or our inability?
And it's not a misrepresentation.
Is it?
Outright intent to defraud.
Thank you. It is scam.
So is that a problem we have with our young people?
Poverty
or is it?
cannot excuse that.
So it's not a case of, as I said, that this is not, if we lump it all together, we'll get confused as to what is happening, because this is a several layered scam. It's multifaceted scam, and there was an intention. People contributed money. You know, somebody said, I put 1,500. Like that person did not have much, but just felt I must be better off than this person. So you preyed on people's sentiment. Yeah. I went to Google what sociopath is, you know, and he said it's a mental disorder characterized by disregard for other people. Key symptoms of sociopath: you ignoring right or wrong. You're telling lies to take advantage of other people. You're not sensitive or respectful to others. You use your charm or your wit to manipulate others for personal gain or pleasure. You have a sense of superiority or being extremely opinionated, might not apply here. Having problem with the law, including criminal behavior. I see someone that, and this is being done. If you see the video of him hawking, he knows that he's not planning to sell the water. He cannot even bring out the bottle very well. So it's a case of have mercy and pity on me. I am one of the people that have been hardened, because my parents were taking advantage of my mom and my dad. They have a very, very soft mind, so they raised a very hardened person. I do not give funds to people that beg me on the street. I have foundations I support. I give monthly donations to benevolence units in my church, and I ensure that this is my way of giving. And that is because as long as we continue to support commercial beggars, and those that are living off commercial begging, we will continue to have more of them in our society. As long as we're doing, I want to be seen as the one that supported somebody. Many of our comedians, they'll do it. They'll bring out one out of the millions of poor people in this country. Millions of people in this country, and they'll say, let us support and donate to this person, because so that you will trend, and you'll be able to say in a few years' time, you're the one that helped that person. Yeah. All of those things don't solve the problem. It is not poverty. It is not being young. It is not being Gen Z. It is not being millennial, it is criminal. This person displayed criminality, and this person should be prosecuted. That's the thing.
Patience, thanks for calling from Benin. You're live.
Yeah, Morayo and the ladies on your view.
Yes.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I like the work you ladies are doing.
Thank you.
Well done. my view concerning this issue is that, see, a fraudulent person is a fraudulent person, regardless whether he has a form or not. This person has a fraudulent mind. No matter, even if the governor had him or her, because right now, confused about his gender, he will continue in this act. He's using his disability as an advantage to be criminal. That's the truth. So it's not about being...
Thank you, Patience.
Yes.
But let me ask a question. Who doesn't have a fraudulent mind? We have seen it in this scale, in this small scale. I'm just in this scale of, oh, he's on the streets, he's trying to dupe people, changing his gender. But many Nigerians do something like this at different levels. Many people in their offices, find opportunities to manipulate the system for their own benefits. You have a friend somewhere who is the MD of something, and you find a way to slot somebody in without interview. These are all things we do. We are all somewhat. The point I'm trying to make is that if we are easily pointing finger at this young man, do Nigerians do exactly what he's done in so many other ways?
Yeah.
We do.
Yes, of course.
We know,
So we don't caught him now.
No.
We're highlighting
No.
There is right and wrong.
Exactly.
There is right and wrong. There's not blood. The fact that good people do some bad things does not mean that what they have done becomes good because they are good people. They did a bad thing. The fact that a bad person did something good occasionally does not mean that that thing that they've done changes who they are.
Yeah.
So we know what is right and what is wrong. And this generalization that Nigerians... I explained what happened to me this morning. The customer actually had... I could say there's no proof. We actually went out of our way to find the payment that was made. There are many honest... Majority of Nigerians are actually honest. Majority, I dare say, because there are few that are not following the right path, because they are in high places, seemingly, and white lies, seemingly, does not color the reality of who we are. Even the comedians that were saying are chasing clowns. Really, the truth is they're just doing the little they can to help. For many of them, it's not even chasing clowns. For some of them, it is that I cannot see this person and not want to help. So anyone I see, I will help. Even if I find out later that the person is a scam, I'll still help. So it's not a...
Okay. So
deception is...
Sorry, Mariam. With a blind colleague for about 2 years. Every Friday, he was on his way to Badagry to see his mom, who wasn't blind. He was the only sibling who was blind. And so the mom passed. He went on that journey home. Deliberately, I would have to do his change for him. Give me, Nima, okay, sort out this money. I'll put 200 in one pocket, 1,000 in one pocket. So he knows when he's taking which is what. I said, okay, this is 1,000 in front pocket. We did that every Friday. I'll drop him at the trade fair, put him on the Badagry bound bus every Friday. Not once at any point did he say, Nima, how far? Can you, I'm dying, I'm suffering, I'm the only one, So I don't understand when a person decides to first of all pray on people because he's disabled, and then come about again and forge agenda, puts cornrows on deliberately to disguise. The intention is entirely criminal. I didn't want to agree when I had this back and forth with my sisters. I kept saying, he's disabled, but when you look into it, and then when he now went on his own life, he's good at what he does. He to add genuineness to that story, he brought his mom into the story. And I've never seen a person accusing his mother of doing something and mentioning her birth name. He didn't say mommy. Yeah. He said the mother that birthed me, Kafaya. He put her name out there. He went on and on, only for the mom to be found out to do her own life. I didn't even name him Eniola. It's Sultan I named him. These are his birthday pictures.
So obviously he's very long. We're going to wrap up on this very soon. Solomon, let me take a call and come to you, Mariam. Solomon, thanks for calling. Hello, Solomon. I think we lost that call. Mariam, let me let you jump in.
You asked if we're not all guilty in some way also of deception in different ways, And is it because this person is caught, all of a sudden everybody is playing holier than thou? We've been talking about this thing. It's almost becoming a culture. When I say it's Nima, I will say never, it's not our culture, but that's it. If something has become how you live your life, people do things and we excuse it sometimes. You can see obvious deception and then we excuse it. And the sad thing about things like this is that it's a seed and it grows, it germinates, and it spreads. And so As we look to Eniola and all the other people who have been caught on social media, we should look to ourselves. And unless we too, in our little place, start to change, when you're confronted with a situation, what is the first thing that you decide to do? Or when you think about it, how do you go forward? When you are driving you're the driver to somebody and they give you money to go and buy petrol and you buy less than what you're supposed to buy, and then you put money in your pocket. You have a colleague, she leaves her bag. Before you know it, you have gone in, you've taken a little out of it. You know, you do things, you forge your YX certificate and everybody stands up and rallies behind you because, you know, we're always looking for we're always looking for reasons to excuse bad behavior. And so
I think I like that. So that's one of the learnings we need to take from this. It's good to point finger at this young man, but many Nigerians do this in some way. But let me take this final call. Jacob, thanks for calling from Makurdi. You're live, hello. Jacob. Not to TV, please.
Good morning, Mariam.
Morning, sir.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's sad what we go through in this country anyway. But, you know, most times we want to help and people tend to just scam. But they shouldn't stop us from helping people anyway. And I agree with the other lady that said, most times I prefer people channel their help through organized body where you can verify certain details. And when we want to help people, I feel we should look at not just dishing out money to people anyhow. There should be a rehabilitation process. Most of these people need is the orientation to get them on the right path. Not just give them money and think that you're helping them. You end up not helping anybody at the end of the day. You know, so
thank you very much, Jacob. We have to wrap up on this, but I think we don't want a situation whereby people post things like this on social media and we all just walk away. And if we do it so many times and people are now, they feel
we walk away, but we say go to these organizations and we'll meet you there.
Let's put the proper structure.
The fact that a lot of people steal in Nigeria does not mean if I call out a thief, I'm doing something wrong. It's not hypocrisy. The right and wrong is still wrong. We say that thing that because all politicians are corrupt. Why are you calling my own brother? Your own brother too stole. Nobody called him in his own time. So why are you calling my own brother when it is my own brother's time? I can, even if my own, they did not call him, as long as we have seen your own and we call it, it does not invalidate the criminality of what your person has committed. That is the part that I wanted to just mention, because we can always say all of us are thieves, so let's not call that any thief. No, even if everybody is a thief, if we catch you, we will call you out.
Okay,
not invalidate it.
If we can end that on this. Let me go on a break. When we come back, we're bringing our celebrity guest. Can't wait to have her in the studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.